understand that. I don't care about you being a good citizen, because you would have been a good citizen when you would have agreed that it was okay to enslave my people, because that was a law. Do you understand? That was a law. You would have been a good citizen, a good white citizen, right? Because man, I'm just keeping the law. Yeah, yeah. So I don't want you to be thinking that the Most High is up there waiting on America to decide what right and wrong is, for him to decide what right and wrong is, right? So America says, okay, alcohol is wrong. And then, okay, then God says, the Most High says, okay, alcohol is wrong. Okay, then America says, no, 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 no. Okay, now it's okay. Now it's right. And then God is up there saying, okay, okay, now it's right. Okay, oh, weed is wrong, right? Oh, no, now it's right. And God is up there saying, oh, now it's right. Man, please, please, don't let these folks fool you into thinking that they are righteous. They just got the power right now, right? They got militaries to back up, you know, their laws and their systems. It don't make it right in the Most High's eyes, because they can change it. Because if it was right, it'd be right from the beginning to the end. If it was wrong, it'd be wrong from the beginning to the end. But they change things. So I don't want you to get caught up in, oh, I'm a good citizen. I'm a good citizen. Because what you do, I follow the law. Oh, you do? Oh, you a good citizen because you follow the law, huh? Would you have always followed the law, irregardless of what the law was? Well, I don't know if I would have believed in it back at this time, back in the 1600s or 1700s or the 1800s or whatever. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I don't want you to get confused and mixed up. Do you understand? And to having them trick you, right, into making you feel like you the bad person. You understand? So I like challenging laws. I like it. There was a law that I challenged up here in Washington State, right? Because their law, right, was a bad law, because they exonerated police officers. They had a law so bad up here that no matter how bad a police officer's behavior is, we could not hold them accountable. And it was written in the law, right? Let me educate you, because I've shared this with a lot of you guys before. Washington is supposed to be one of the most liberal states in the nation, but we had the worst law in the nation, worse than anything in Mississippi, worse than anything down south, right? Washington, this liberal state, had the worst law, because their law was written in the law that in order for us to find a police officer accountable, right, for an unjustified deadly killing, a shooting, we couldn't hold them accountable in this state, right? Because it was written in the law that before we can hold an officer accountable, we had to prove that that officer had malice. You understand? Malice. I was like, what the hell is malice? Well, malice in the law means we had to figure out what the officer was thinking in his mind at the time of the shooting. And you know, that's impossible. So what that did, it developed a de facto immunity. Let me educate you. Bring your whole mind, okay? That developed a de facto immunity. Well, Dre, what does de facto immunity means? That means before there could be an investigation about what happened in the shooting, right? Before there could be any investigation to see if this officer acted inappropriately, there was this de facto immunity before any investigation. So there was a block right here, right? So, okay, so the investigation was like, boop, nope, boop, nope, boop, nope, no investigation, because you got to first prove that he had malice. You had to prove what he was thinking in his mind, which is impossible. And that was written in the law. So for over 35 years in the state of Washington, not one officer was ever convicted of a deadly shooting. One was charged, but of course he got off because that de facto immunity, right? So the issue is that we as a people don't know what they have written in their laws. So you see somebody get shot and killed, right? And you see it, it's on TV. You was like, man, we just see it there. And you wonder how the man get out. How is he going to get off of this when we see it with our own eyes? Because there's certain things written in them laws that you don't know about, right? Washington had something written in them laws. Let me tell you a story. There was a man named John T. Williams. He was a native man. There are more natives that are in the state of Washington than all over the United States together, right? There are more native tribes in the state of Washington than all of America put together. You understand? They were a major part of helping change the law, supporting me, right? And not only them, but many other organizations as well. But I want to say something. This is a very popular case in this area. John T. Williams was a native carver. He was walking down the street, and a police officer named N. Burke shot him with like 4 or 5 seconds in his back. Shot him. Guess what? M. Burke got off. How in the hell M. Burke got off? M. Burke got off because written in the law was a de facto immunity. Because we couldn't prove what he was thinking in his mind at the time of the killing. We couldn't prove it, right? So, of course, he went to another police department, but we could not hold him accountable, even though the police, right? He violated police policy. Even though he violated police policy, we could not hold him accountable because in this state, no matter how bad a police officer's behavior is, we couldn't hold him accountable. And we had the evidence of over 35 years. So when I came up here fighting for my brother, right, that's the law that we got changed. So when I start doing the work, right, I got people, attorneys, people who were, educated in the law, and they taught me. So I used to say, you got to have a learning curve. You got to have intellectual curiosity. And when I learned what was happening, I took my own information and says, I know how to beat these people, right? I know how to beat these people because I told them, listen, I told people, this ain't no black problem. You guys want to marginalize this issue, right? You want to marginalize it. You want to make it real small. No, but I made it big so that everybody can understand that you are not exempt. White people, you're not exempt. Asians, you're not exempt. Nobody is exempt from this law, and we proved it by putting families that had experienced the same killings of their family members that I experienced. And I put their voices at the forefront, right? And then every community, right? Every community wasn't fighting for black people. They were fighting for their own community because when they realized what the law said, because nobody knew how the law was written until we start sharing and explaining and me having community meetings every single Wednesday, bringing community, bringing politicians and police and everybody to educate our community about what is in the law.